Yes, students. This is a continuation of previous session, structural theory of organic chemistry and organic molecules. Yeah, in this session, we will continue that previous inductive effect is completed in the last session, and in this session we are going to discuss the resonance effect. This is also called as mesomeric effect. So bond polarization is some special aspect which is essential to discuss so many effects that we had already a discussion on inductive effect, how inductive effect is going to change the properties of molecules, and this is resonance effect. It is also called a mesomeric effect. What exactly this mesomeric effect is? It is defined as the polarity produced in the molecules by interaction of pi bonds. When pi bond is shifted from one place to other uh, atoms, that is, whenever it is there is a possibility of shifting of pi bond, and if that is the main reason for showing electron withdrawal effect or electron releasing effect, then that particular concept or aspect is called as resonance effect. So here it is called a resonance or mesomeric effect. The reason is it almost all involves the same process which is involved in resonance. We know that in resonance, pi bond or pi electrons shift from one position to other position, that is between two atoms to other two atoms in continuation, of course. So that process is the same we can observe in resonance effect also. That is the main reason why the name is like that. Here you can see the example. Here the double bond CH to double bond CH, COCS3. Since there is a CO group, which can what here you see here CO carbonate. In carbonate, that double bond O, it can shift electrons towards oxygen, so that carbon becomes electron deficient. So due to this nature of CO group, it can easily accept pi electrons. So this is the reason why this CH double bond CH2 pi electrons are shifting towards CC bond, that is towards CO, which is mainly due to the presence of CO type nature. So this kind of shifting pi electrons and leads to the what the formation of di ion with the positive and negative charges on both sides. It is a bipolar compound. So this kind of effect we call it as resonance effect or mesomeric effect. Again, just like how we had observed, there are two different inductive effects. Similarly, here also, it is bond polarization is towards or away from a particular group. So, if the mesomeric effect or electrons, pi electrons are coming towards a particular group, this is called electron withdrawing, and if the pi electrons are moving away from the group, it is called electron releasing. So based on that, again we have minus m effect and plus m effect. So this is what electron withdrawing or electron releasing groups are present. This particular interaction between two pi bonds or lone pair of electrons, how they shift towards from a group or away from the group or towards the group. Based on that, we have different structures. And after the shifting of pi electrons from one position to other position, we write different resonance structures. These are also called as canonical structures, due to the mesomeric effect. The electron withdrawing or releasing effect attributed to a substituent through delocalization of pi electrons, which can be visualized by drawing various canonical forms. Let's see. Minus m or minus r. R or m refer to mesomeric and resonance effect. Here you can see that minus m or minus r is nothing but electrons are attracted towards the group. The group which exhibits this effect, that attracts electron pair, and we can see this is nothing but electron withdrawal effect or electron withdrawing effect. Here definitely we can expect a double bond. So the groups which have minimum one double bond can only exhibit this kind of negative mesomeric effect. For example, here let us take NO2, N double bond O and N day 2 bond O. We have one double bond at least in NO2, or carbonyl, that is C double bond O, cyanide, C triple bond N. In carboxylic acid also, in COOH means C double bond O is there. In sulfonic acid also S double bond O. So in almost all the groups which exhibit minus M effect must and should contain one double bond or triple bond. So that why this is necessary means, due to the presence of double bond or triple bond, the electron pair, that is pi electrons, can easily polarize. So that this here, for example, in carbonyl, the CO group, there is a polarization, that is pi electrons shift to oxygen, so that carbon becomes positively charged. Similarly, in cyanide, the pi electrons shift to nitrogen, so that carbon becomes positively charged. In NO2 also, nitrogen oxygen double bond is there, where the pi electrons shift to oxygen, so that nitrogen becomes positively charged. Similarly, COH group is also same. So this type of groups, they due to the what electron shifting within the double bond or triple bond, they become electron deficient, so that they attract electrons towards uh, themselves. So this is what we call as minus M, that is electron withdrawing. These groups shift electrons towards that particular group. Let us take negative resonance effect minus R. You can see the carbonyl. Just now we had an explanation regarding how CO group, C double bond O group, attracts electrons by the neighboring pi electrons. Here you can see, due to the shifting of CO electrons, that is oxygen is attracting pi electrons, so that automatically this carbon is becoming electron deficient, it is positively charged. Therefore this pi electron can easily shift here. This is what we call as resonance effect. So this delocalization of pi electrons, uh, what they cause, it simply reduces the electron density on all the carbons, so electrons are distributed. This is what we call as delocalization. Similarly, we have another effect which is called positive resonance or mesomeric effect, which is denoted as plus M or plus R. It is quite opposite to the previous type of. Here, electrons are released from the group. That is, these particular groups release electron pair. So here, the group, to exhibit plus M or plus R effect, it must have electron pair, or what a non-bonded lone pair of electrons is compulsory for any group to have. If it has lone pair of electrons, then it can easily donate to the neighboring group, so that the pi electrons move away from the. So this is what we call as positive mesomeric effect. In the previous session, for minus M effect, it is necessary to have a double bond or triple bond. Whereas here, to have plus M effect or plus R effect, it is necessary to have electron pair. A lone pair of electrons is must. So let us take these examples. For example, OH, hydroxy group. In OH, oxygen is having electron pairs. It has two electron pairs, so that it can easily give electrons to outside from away from the OH. OR also same oxygen is there. In SH, thiols. Thiols also sulfur has lone pair of electrons. SR and NH, NH2, NR2. So in each NH2, NR2 amines, nitrogen is carrying an electron pair. That is, lone pair of electrons are available. So oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, these are some good groups which can exhibit a positive mesomeric effect, so that they can donate electrons towards other groups, so that electrons are released from the group, and electrons may start shifting as far as there is availability of delocalization of pi electrons. Due to this effect, the electron density on rest of the molecular entity is increased, isn't it? So, apart from this group, where whatever the extra group is present, so there the electron density increases. So, plus m groups increase the electron density on the remaining part, whereas minus m groups decrease the electron density on the remaining part of the molecule. Let us take a good example of aniline. So, here you can see the structure aniline, benzene, and NH2. So this is aminobenzene. You can call it as aminobenzene. So in aniline, since we are just now we are talking about the groups NH2, where there is one electron pair, one pair of electrons are present on nitrogen. Therefore, it exhibits plus M effect. That means electrons are pushed from NH2 to the remaining part of the molecule. Here, the remaining part of the molecule is benzene ring. So this electron pair from nitrogen is shifted towards benzene ring, and since there are pi electrons available in benzene ring, so there is every chance of delocalization. So here you see NH2 became double bond, N carbon, NC. This bond became double bond due to the shifting of this lone pair of electrons between N and C, that is nitrogen and carbon of the benzene ring. And naturally this electron pair is shifted to this ortho position. So ortho group has got minus charge and nitrogen got positive charge. Again there is the resonance. Further canonical structures are possible because delocalization is possible. We have alternating double bonds. Therefore this minus charge again shifts here, so that this double bond become minus charge here on para position, and again this shift takes place and this double bond becomes minus here. Then further it shifts, then this double bond becomes again neutralized by this nitrogen, so that original aniline is obtained. So this is how this delocalization effect is caused. Now, what is the main point we have to observe here is, due to this plus M effect of NH2 group, there is an increase in the electron density in the benzene ring. That is the main point we have to observe. So the electron density is increased here. You can see minus charge on ortho position, para position, again ortho position. So at three places, three different carbons got negative charge, excess negative charge. So this is why we call benzene ring is having excess electron cloud. This is one important what explanation, that benzene reactivity is increased due to the presence of amine group. Due to the presence of amine group. Why benzene aniline is more reactive towards electrophilic substitution reactions? The explanation can be easily given by using this effect. Due to the plus mesomeric or positive mesomeric effect of amino group, electrons are released towards benzene ring. Therefore, the negative charge or electron density increased in the benzene plane at specifically at ortho and para positions. That is the reason why they can easily undergo electrophilic substitution reactions at ortho and para position when compared to normal benzene, that is without NH2 group. Benzene without NH2 group is less reactive, but the benzene with NH2 group is more reactive towards electrophilic substitution reaction. The reason is less mesomeric effect, as we can see the structural changes. Yeah, let us take some examples which can exhibit a positive mesomeric effect and negative mesomeric effect. See here, in positive mesomeric effect, already we are telling that wherever positive mesomeric effect is expected, um, they release electrons. They release electrons towards the rest of the group. So O minus, here phenoxide ion, for example, O minus means phenoxide ion or any ethoxide ion or whatever it is. Due to the minus charge on oxygen, it can easily give electrons towards the rest of the molecule. Amine, already we have seen. NHR, same amine. OR group, alkoxide. This is what oxide, alkoxide we can call this as. So any alkali, ethoxide or butaxide, propoxide, whatever it may be, methoxide also. So oxygen is having electron pair, so it can easily donate electrons, it can release electrons. NHCOR, it is also here. Here you look at this NHCOR, that is, this is amide. This is a amide because NC double bond O. Here nitrogen is the electron releasing group. The electron pair on nitrogen is used for plus M effect. But when you compare amine with NHCOR, because of CO group which is near to the NH group, the CO group doesn't allow this electron pair to be given easily. Therefore, the effect is very less when compared to NH2. So this is order of the electron releasing capacity. You can compare the electron releasing capacity of different groups. Rho minus is the highest possibility of electron releasing capacity, then NH2, then NHR, then OR, then NHCOR, then OCOR, that is oxygen, again combined with the CO group, then phenyl group, then fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine also have electron pairs, but since because of their electronegativity, as they are electronegative elements, they cannot give the electron pairs easily. Now look at the minus M effect groups, which they have is electron attracting, that means the electron gainers. The attract the electrons withdrawal is possible, and already I told you that double bond is necessary to exhibit minus M effect. The order, let us look at the order. NO2 is the first topmost which can exhibit highest electron withdrawal effect. Then comes cyanide, C triple bond N. Then comes S double bond O, that is sulfonic acid. Then comes CHO, that is carbonyls, and in particular CO group keto. Then comes keto. Then comes ester type. Then comes carboxylic acid. Again in carboxylic acid, ester, keto, and aldehydes, there is only CO group which is electron withdrawing nature. Then comes amide. Then comes CO minus, that is alkoxide. It is what we call as carboxylate ion, because our carboxylate ion is self-stabilized due to the resonance. Minus charge is resonating between two oxygen atoms. Therefore, least exhibiting minus M effect. Let us take the good example of nitro group, how it shows what minus R minus M effect or minus R effect. See here, this is nitrobenzene. Already we know that it is electron withdrawing. NO2 is the best and very strong electron withdrawing group. Already I told you that NO2, you see the structure of NO2. Nitrogen is having a dative bond with oxygen on one side, but the other side nitrogen is having a double bond with oxygen. So N double bond O is there, N single bond O is there. Two oxygens are there. So this N double bond O is very very important for electron withdrawal nature. Due to this, already I told you that the electron pair is attracted towards oxygen, so that nitrogen becomes electron deficient, and therefore it further attracts electrons from benzene ring. Therefore, all benzene ring becomes electron deficient. That is, a positive charge is there on the ortho position. Then this positive charge is delocalized. That is, it's shifting its places from ortho to para position, again to the left side ortho position. So we can easily see that due to the effect of nitro group, a positive charge is rotating on the electron on the benzene plane. That is, electrons are withdrawn from benzene plane towards NO2. So the benzene ring is becoming electron deficient. That means electrons are less available. Therefore, you can expect the reactivity. How would be the reactivity of benzene ring if there is NO2 group? Definitely, yes, the reactivity is less than normal benzene. In the previous case, we have seen that due to the presence of NH2 group, the reactivity is increased. But due to the presence of NO2 group, the reactivity is decreased. Why it is decreased? The reason is NO2 group is exhibiting electron withdrawing nature due to minus M effect. So electrons are delocalized from benzene ring to NO2. Therefore, benzene ring is carrying positive charge, which is not which hinders the attack of electrophile, so that the electrophilic substitution reactions become very hard or become very difficult when compared to normal benzene. So these are called deactivating groups. Minus M affecting groups are also called as deactivating groups as far as benzene ring is concerned. So this we also share when we talk benzene as the main topic in the later sessions. We can see the effect of again another group OH. Again we are taking benzene and substitution is OH. Now you can easily assess what kind of group it is. OH is not having any double bond. Here it is oxygen carrying electron pairs. One pair of electrons are available on oxygen. Therefore, definitely what nature it will exhibit? Yes, it will exhibit plus mesomeric effect because it can give electron pair towards benzene ring. That's why there is a delocalization of electrons and electrons are shifted towards ring. Therefore, negative charge is rotating. You can see negative charge is moving from one carbon to other carbon. Thus, the electron cloud or electron density is increased in the benzene ring. Again, it is a what ring activating group, which is called ring activating group, and that ring activation is due to positive mesomeric effect. So this is how we can understand the effect of mesomeric uh, groups, how they exhibit plus and minus mesomeric effect. So now you understood what is this pi bond delocalization or electron withdrawing, electron releasing nature of groups. Now you can apply this concept to understand the acidity or acidic character of phenols. Generally, phenols, as we when look at simply benzene carrying OH group, we generally think that phenols are weak acids. Of course, they are weak acids, no doubt. But when you compare alcohols generally don't exhibit acidic nature so easily, but phenols exhibit acidic nature. The reason is why this is possible. Here we can clearly explain that already you know that acids are nothing but which can give proton easily or which can remove H plus ion from its components. Here there is H plus ion present on phenol. If it can remove H plus, then what happens? The remaining part is called phenoxide ion. You see this is phenoxide ion. After loss of H plus, this is becoming phenoxide ion. And if the phenoxide ion is stable, then only it can easily give away proton. So here, yes, it is stable after losing H plus ion. Why it is stable? Due to resonance. So this resonance we can easily understand. Minus charge is rotating or delocalized due to benzene ring. So here this is how the minus charge is uh, uh, undergo resonance, and we get different resonance structures for phenoxide ion, and all these resonance structures are highly stable. So due to this stability, phenoxide ion is more stable than when compared to this form. This is phenol. So phenol is less stable, whereas phenoxide ion is more stable. This is the reason why phenol can easily give H plus ion. That is, proton can be removed from phenol. Therefore, it exhibits acidic character. And all this can be easily understood and explained by using resonance or mesomeric effect of oxygen. Now look at the effect of mesomeric effect to compare the acidic strength of carboxylic acids. Look at this different carboxylic acids. Now already we know that carboxylic acids exhibit acidic nature. Why? Because they can easily give H plus ion. Protons are released or liberated from carboxylic acid. And the one which is called strong acid, which can easily give H plus proton or protons easily, that species is called strong acid. So how to decide whether H plus is given easily or not? So already we had a discussion about this in the last session, that whenever a proton is eliminated or removed from the carboxylic acid, we have carboxylate ion COO minus. So once COO minus is stabilized, then it becomes easy to remove H plus ion, and carboxylate ion becomes stable when the minus charge is reduced. So how to reduce minus charge? If there is any electron withdrawing group is present, then it can reduce minus charge. Then that particular carboxylate ion becomes more stable. Therefore, electron withdrawing groups, if present in any carboxylic acid molecule, then it will show strong acidic nature. If electron releasing groups are present, then such carboxylic acids show less acidic character. So let us compare this. This is a benzene to which COH group is attached. So this is called benzoic acid. So this is normal benzoic acid without any substituent. Now let us take a substituent which show plus M effect on the left side, and we have another substituent which show minus M effect on the right side. On the left side, which is showing plus M effect. What happens due to plus M effect? Plus M effect, oxygen is there, so it exhibits plus mesomeric effect, electron releasing nature. So this is called para-methoxy benzoic acid, and due to this para-methoxy benzoic acid, with the effect of plus M effect, electrons are released towards benzene ring and towards COO minus. So carboxylate ion is already having minus charge, and due to the presence of plus M effect, my negative charges increases further. So what happens? Acidic character decreases. Already we told that less mesomeric affecting groups decrease the acidic strength, and this is benzoic acid, which is normal. Therefore, its acidic character is a little bit higher than methoxy benzoic acid. Now look at right side, three molecules. In three molecules, everywhere we have only one substituent, that is NO2. Already we know that nitro NO2 group is electron withdrawing, that is minus M effect. It exhibits or it shows minus M effect, electron withdrawing nature. So this electron withdrawing nature, naturally what happens? They reduce the negative charge from carboxylate ion. So since they strongly reduce the negative charge from carboxylate ions, they exhibit stronger acidic character when compared to benzoic acid. So nitro benzoic acids are very strong acids when compared to normal benzoic acid, and methoxy benzoic acid is less acidic when compared to benzoic acid. And again, we need to take a very closer look when nitro group, this third, fourth, fifth structure, nitro group is anyhow present, but the positions of nitro groups are different. Here it is in meta position, and here it is in from para position, and here it is in ortho position. So when you look at these three structures, if meta position nitro group, already we know that nitro group can withdraw electrons from ortho and para positions of carbons with respect to nitro. So this nitro can withdraw electrons from this ortho position and from this ortho position and this meta position and this para position, but it cannot withdraw electrons from meta. Therefore, when it is present meta, the COH group is present in meta position, then its acidic character is less. So electron withdrawing group effect of nitro group is not that effective when it is present in meta position. Therefore, meta nitro carboxylic acid is less acidic when compared to para and ortho. Again, when compared between para and ortho nitro carboxylic acids, benzoic acids, here ortho effect is due to ortho effect. That negative charge can be shared. There is a formation of what internal bonding formation is there due to intramolecular or intermolecular hydrogen bondings are there. Due to that effect, this para nitro and ortho nitro compared to each other, the ortho nitro is exhibiting little higher acidic strength compared to para nitro carboxylic acid, this benzoic acid. So this is the acidic strength. We can easily uh, see that. So electron releasing groups is present, acidic strength is decreased. If electron withdrawing groups are present, the acidic strength is increased. And specifically, if that they are present in ortho and para positions, the electron what withdrawing groups, then acidic strength is further increased. Here you can see this is what we are telling just now, that minus M effect, electron withdrawing groups increase the acidic character, or plus M effect, that is electron releasing groups decrease the acidic character. This is what you have to understand very clearly. With so many examples you can practice. Here again one more example I am showing you. You can see this NO2 group and OCS3 group. Just previous session we had. This is how electrons are withdrawn due to the presence of NO2. This is how electrons are taken away towards NO2. And here in OHCS3, if methoxy group is present, how electrons are given towards OH due to negatively charged species. Methoxy group is when methoxy group is present, it is less acidic. When nitro group is present, more acidic in nature. Now let us take another type of example where we are comparing the basic strength. Good examples are amines. Now let us take amines when combined with benzene. Already we know that basic strength is compared by the tendency through which any atom gives electron pair. Here in particular, let us look at the amines. Nitrogen is carrying electron pair. So the easiness of donating electron pair is called basic strength. Wherever there is a possibility of easy donation, if nitrogen can easily donate electron pair, it is strong base. So now, due to the electron releasing and electron withdrawing natures, if present as the substituents, the basic strength can be compared. It changes. How can it change? You can easily understand that electron releasing groups definitely increases the basic strength, because electron releasing groups push the electrons towards nitrogen. Therefore, nitrogen can easily donate electrons, so it can exhibit strong base character. Whereas electron withdrawing groups, if present, then what happens? They reduce the basic strength of amines, that is electron pairs. Due to the withdrawal nature, the electron pair on the nitrogen undergo what move towards electron withdrawing groups. Therefore, it cannot be available for donating. Therefore, the basic strength becomes less. Now, these are the different combinations. You can see there are 5 compounds. One is pure aniline, that is NH2 attached to simple benzene, and another is uh, aminocyclohexane, that is it is not benzene, it is cyclohexane. NH2 is attached to cyclohexane, pure alkane. And another is benzene aniline but having nitro group as substituent, and in another case aniline having methoxy group as substituent, and pure ammonium. This is ammonium. Okay. um, First of all, what we have to understand is, when we compare here, 3 are aromatic amines, first one, third and fourth, and this second and fifth one are aliphatic amines. Of course, second is aliphatic amine. This fifth one is pure ammonia. It is not aliphatic, neither aromatic. It is simply ammonia. So when compared to ammonium, aliphatic amines are stronger bases. Why? The reason is very simple. So all aliphatic groups exhibit plus I effect. Due to plus I effect, positive inductive effect, the electron releasing groups plus I effect, the nitrogen is carrying stronger what easiness to give electron pair. It can easily donate an electron pair when the substituent is simple aliphatic in nature. So when compared to ammonia, aliphatic amines are stronger, and when compared to ammonia, aromatic amines are less basic. So very clearly, ammonium is the second position, and this cyclohexyl amine is the first position. So 1, 2 are decided. strong base is cyclohexylamine. Second is ammonia. Why? Because the remaining three are aromatic amines, and aromatic amines are less basic when compared to pure amine. Now, again, when compared to these three, these aromatic amines, here, if electron releasing group is present, the basic strength is more. If electron withdrawing groups are present, basic strength becomes less. So, pure normal benzene, that is without any group. Now, when compare these three, this methoxy group is present. This is electron releasing. Therefore, its basic strength is very strong. So, it comes third position. And this aniline, without any group, it is fourth position. And this nitro group, when nitro group is present, which is electron withdrawing in nature, the basic strength becomes very weak. So, this is the fifth position, least basic in nature. So what we can understand here, electron releasing groups if present, then the basic strength increases. If electron withdrawing groups are present, that is minus M effect decreases basic strength, plus M effect increases basic strength. So this is a very good example, and which we can expect in any competitive examination. So let us all put together minus plus inductive effect and mesomeric. Many different groups. How can we look at alkyl groups? For example, alkyl groups only exhibit plus inductive effect. They don't show any mesomeric effect. Why? The reason is simple. Alkyl groups don't have any double bonds or triple bonds. So pi bond is necessary to show mesomeric effect. Therefore, it will exhibit only inductive effect because it has only sigma bond. Now, NH2, NHR, NR2, OH, OR, they all are same. They first, when compared to inductive, they are minus I. Why minus I? Because nitrogen and oxygen is the first atom which is more electronegative. Therefore, they exhibit minus I when compared to carbon. That sigma electrons are attracted towards that. But when coming to mesomeric type of nature, they exhibit plus mesomeric effect. Why they exhibit plus mesomeric effect? The reason is simple. Because of the electron pair which is available on nitrogen and on oxygen, they donate electrons. Electron pair is donated from nitrogen from oxygen to the rest of the molecule. Therefore, here plus M is a dominating. Here plus M is a dominating when compared to minus M. That's why they always exhibit plus M, which is stronger. Halogens. Halogens here is minus I plus M. Because of the electron pairs available on the halogen, they can give that electron pair. But because of its electronegativity, the sigma electrons are always attracted towards it. So it exhibits minus I plus M. But here, since they are highly electronegative, the plus M effect is weak when compared to minus I. That's why they always exhibit minus I type, electron withdrawing type nature. Now here NO2, COOH, C double bond N, and CO, carbonyls, aldehydes, carboxylic acids, esters, nitro, cyanide. They all show same type, that is minus I minus M. So both are minus, that is electron withdrawing. Inductive electron withdrawing, mesomeric also electron withdrawing. So there is a very strong electron withdrawing groups. This NO2, COH, CN, and CO. So this is how we can compare whenever there is a ambiguity with minus and plus natures, that is withdrawing nature one side, releasing nature another side, then there is one thing which dominates there, and the dominating factor will be deciding its properties. So this table will clarify you how to decide which group exhibits finally electron donors or electron withdrawals. How do it behave like? So you can see this last type of substance, it is a donor alkyl, and this is donor, and here this is withdrawal, and this is also last is withdrawal. Again, you see free radicals. How this resonance effect what also explains the uh, nature and stability of free radicals. Let us compare a normal free radical with allyl and benzyl carbo. See, it is given carbocation, carbo radicals, benzyl radical and allyl radicals, and you can see this due to the pi bond. whenever there is a pi bond available near to free radical, then the mesomeric effect of pi bonds, the electrons are again split into two parts. Pi electrons are split, and this electron pair is shared on this side, and free electron from right carbon it has shifted to the left carbon. So this is how we write the resonance structures. So they are more stabilized, this allyl radical. Similarly, benzyl radical also, the single electron is again sharing its position due to the delocalization of pi electrons from benzene ring, and that is the reason why benzyl radical is also very stable. Same explanation you can understand the stability of allyl and benzyl radicals. Again, carbocation stability. This is also explained due to the what resonance effect. In the last session, inductive effect, we explained how they are stable. But in tertiary, secondary, primary, when these are compared, tertiary is more stable, secondary is less stable, primary is least stable. The reason is plus I effect in carbocations. When you come to the allylic and benzylic carbocations, here this is benzyl carbocation, and similarly we have allyl carbocation. They are further more stable when compared to normal tertiary, secondary, primary. Why? The reason is again here due to the presence of pi bonds, alternating pi bonds in benzene ring, they exhibit more delocalization of plus charge. That is, positive charge is what distributed across all the carbons. Therefore, it is nullified. That is, the effect of positive charge is reduced. Therefore, it becomes more stable. That's why benzyl cation is very very stable when compared to other cations. So, this carbocations stability is explained based on the resonance. You can see how the electron double bonds, pi electrons are shifted towards the carbocation, so that the positive charge is shifting. Positive charge is shifted to the benzene ring, ortho position, para position, and ortho position. So this is the reason how the stability of carbocations is explained due to mesomeric effect or resonance effect. So this is the overall comparison. We can compare like this. So the positive charge. This is benzyl, triphenyl, uh, tertiary carbocation with three phenyl groups and two phenyl groups, and this is allylic carbocation. This is tertiary. This is again with the isopropyl cyclopropyl, and this is benzyl, and here it is allylic nature again. This is tertiary, secondary, primary. This is vinyl cation. This is phenyl cation, the last one, and estering cation. So this shows the positive strength is very very weak when you go towards right side. Vinyl and phenyl, these cations don't generally formed because the stability is very less. They cannot carry positive charge because we can't explain its stability by using any effect. Similarly, you can also compare the negative charge present in the carbons. Here, the negative charge you can see allyl carbocation, carbanion, and benzyl carbanion. How you can simply understand how the negative charge is affected. Again, due to the resonance in allyl carbanion, minus charge is stabilized. Similarly, in benzyl also due to the resonance, this negative charge is dissipated across the molecule. Therefore, it is more stable. Now, you can compare the negative charge, that is carbanion, based on the substituents. Again, if there are any substituent present on the benzene ring, then you can easily compare the what stability. Now here, benzyl carbanion, where NO2 group is present as substituent, fluoro group, and NO group, methyl and methoxy. And very easily you can say that negative charge, if you want to reduce the negative charge, then only it becomes more stable. If it is carbanion or carbonium, you have to reduce the charge. So to reduce the negative charge, what we need? We need electron withdrawing groups. So if electron withdrawing group is present on benzene ring, it can reduce the negative charge. then it becomes more stable. If electron releasing groups are present, then it further increases the negative charge, therefore it becomes less stable. So here the minus M effect, methoxy group, so it negative charge becomes very unstable. Methyl group plus inductive effect, so less unstable. Here no group, so it is far better than these two right side groups. And if you have chloro, then it exhibits electronegativity due to minus I effect. It attracts electron pair from this group, therefore little bit more stable. But if it NO2 group is there, which is minus M affecting group, then what happens? This benzyl carbanion becomes more stable because this negative charge is attracted very strongly towards NO2 group. Now look at the last part of this lesson. This is hyperconjugation. Yes, hyperconjugation is also called as no bond resonance. Here, this is it is something different. We need to understand the concept of hyperconjugation. Here, the term no bond resonance is because the sigma bond is involved into its alpha beta carbons. That means the sigma electrons are shifted towards its alpha beta positions. So that is the reason why it is called no bond. Here, the electrons of the sigma bond between carbon and hydrogen are involved in delocalization process. Here, not the pi bonds. In mesomeric effect, pi electrons are involved, but here only sigma electrons are involved. In structure, when you look at the structure, there is no bond between carbon and hydrogen due to the migration of the sigma bond. Sigma bond is migrated, so it is called no bond resonance again. That hydrogen is completely detached. No, hydrogen is not totally detached. Here you see here, once the sigma bond is shifted, it as if it appears that H plus is removed. No, in fact H plus is not removed. H plus is very much present there. It is only a temporary shift. That's why this no bond resonance is not quietly accepted across the world. Because how can we explain after the bond is removed? How do you expect that H plus is present very much there? So this is something different. But anyhow, so to understand this concept, you see this here. So if this is methyl group present, uh, here this C carbon is having positive charge. So this electron pair can be shifted as double bond between these two carbons. So that 1, 2, 3. So 3 protons, that is these 3 bonds, sigma bonds, can share its electrons to Cc. Therefore, we can expect 3 canonical structures. With respect to this hydrogen, one canonical structure. When you take this bond, this is another canonical structure. When you take this bond, this is another canonical structure. So this type of canonical structures are possible. With increasing canonical structures, as many as increasing canonical structures, the stability increases here. So this carbocation is stable because of 3 possible canonical structures. This carbocation, that is the carbon carrying plus charge, the canonical structures are based on the alpha hydrogens. To this carbon, this is alpha hydrogen. So this alpha carbon is carrying 3 hydrogens. So these 3 are called alpha hydrogens with respect to this carbon plus. Okay, look at this very carefully. So this alpha hydrogens number will give you number of canonical structures. 3 alpha hydrogens, 3 canonical structures. Look at here. The stability of carbocations is explained here. For primary and for secondary, for tertiary. How do we compare here? Look at this. Just now we have already explained. This is a carbocation with methyl group on one side. Due to methyl group on one side, we see 3 canonical structures. If you have for primary, look at here, primary. This is the bottom one is primary. Here one methyl group is there to C plus. So one alpha methyl at alpha position methyl group is. So all 3 protons are alpha protons to this C plus. So we can expect 3 canonical structures. Now look at the secondary carbonium ion. Here to the carbon plus we have 2 methyl groups. That means 6 alpha hydrogens are there. Therefore, how many hyperconjugated resonance structures are possible? 6. So 6 canonical structures are possible. But if you compare the tertiary carbonyl ion, here it is carrying 3 methyl groups at alpha positions. So altogether, how many protons? 9 alpha protons. So due to the presence of 9 alpha protons, it can exhibit uh, what 9 canonical structures. That's why the stability of tertiary is more when compared to secondary and primary. Same explanation is given with respect to free radicals. The free radical stability is also explained. Similarly, the free radical again, it is shifting. Here you see here, this is the primary one. Methyl group is there. Alpha hydrogens are there. So this sigma bond is sharing its one electron towards C. Then it becomes double bond, and this hydrogen is carrying one electron. H radical is remaining there. So how many such protons are possible? 3 protons are there. Therefore, 3 canonical structures for primary. For secondary, 6 canonical structures. Similarly, for tertiary, we can expect 9 canonical structures. Therefore, its stability is more. So this is the reason how we can explain the stability of free radicals. Tertiary free radical is most stable, then secondary, then primary. So this is what we call as no bond resonance. So this is what we had explained the mesomeric effect and resonance effect in compared to altogether the effects of different groups, electron releasing, electron withdrawing, how they change the properties, how we can explain the acidic strength and basic strength of so many molecules, alcohols, phenols, and carboxylic acids and amines. All these are explained. With this, we end up this lesson. Thank you very much.